What's going on? Kevin Holt here, Baller Hoops, coming at you with the NCISAA playoff bracket. Give you a quick breakdown as the playoffs start Tuesday, February 11th. Championships will be slated for the Saturday, which would be the 22nd. I think some state championships are on a Friday as well. So getting straight into it in 1A. You're looking at the first matchup with North Hills and Northeast Academy. I think Northeast Academy has a stronger team, so I think they win that. They are the 8 seed. Then you go to 5 seed Halifax Academy versus Statesville Christian School. I think Halifax wins that one. Then you have Noose Christian Academy against Albemarle School. I think Albemarle wins that. And then Pungo Christian Academy versus Southeastern Christian Academy. I think Pungo wins. So then we have the 1 versus 8 matchup, which is Victory Christian versus Northeast. I think Victory Christian is a solid team. Battle-tested. Victory wins that matchup. Halifax, number 5 versus number 4, Ridgecroft. I think Ridgecroft takes that. From my research, they had a tougher schedule. I think they should win. They're battle-tested. 3 Crossroads Christians versus number 6, Albemarle. I have Crossroads winning it. They've only lost 2 games this year, and they went versus bad teams. Pungo versus Lawrence Academy. Lawrence Academy is a solid squad. I like what I saw from them. So then you got 1 versus 4, Victory versus Ridgecroft. Victory wins that. I think Victory just a better team. Crossroads versus Lawrence. I think this will be a good game, close game, but I think since it'll be at Lawrence Academy, I think Lawrence pulls it off. And then at Charlotte Latin, Saturday at 6 p.m., Victory Christian versus Lawrence Academy. I think Victory Christian wins, gets back to the golden days of Victory Christian dominating the 1A scene. You got to realize that 1A has lost a lot of steam with Crescent leaving, Northside, United Faith. These are teams that were traditional dominant. You look at Northside last year was in the championship. 2 of the teams from last year's state championship are no longer even a part of the playoffs or a part of NCISAA. 2 different reasons. One school closed, the other complications with how they were scheduling. NCISAA wasn't going for it. So shout out to that team that were still dominating and playing at high level. But I got Victory Christian winning the state championship this year for 1A. 2A. 2A is a lot bigger, so we're going to try to go through this a little faster. Northwood Temple versus Faith Christian. I got Faith. University Christian High School versus St. Thomas. Even though University Christian has a 10-4 record, I think St. Thomas just has more of a solidified record. Like they're 13-12, but they play better teams, if that makes sense. Gaston Day versus Fayetteville. I think Fayetteville Academy. Yeah, Fayetteville Academy. I got Fayetteville Academy. Gaston Day team is not really that solid. Berrien Baptist versus the Epiphany. I got the Epiphany. And then we go to the one. Then we go to St. Thomas O'Neill School versus Faith Christian. O'Neill School wins that, advances to the quarterfinals. St. Thomas versus Burlington School. I got Burlington School winning that. Westminster versus Fayetteville Academy. I'm going to go with Fayetteville Academy in an upset in that one. And then we got Epiphany versus Greenfield School. I think Greenfield School wins that. So now down to the quarterfinals, 1 versus 8. Rocky Mount Academy is undefeated. They play the O'Neill School. I think Rocky Mount wins that, continues their undefeated season. Number 4 seed Freedom Christian Academy versus Burlington School. I think Burlington School wins that. They played a lot of tough teams in that 336 area. They played some teams that are ranked high in the 4A states. So I think they gotten a chance to see where they are. And I think they've won a state championship before, and that coach does a great job. So they'll probably win that game. Fayetteville Academy versus Trinity Christian. I think Trinity Christian wins that. Then Greenfield School versus Caldwell Academy. Caldwell Academy should win that. Then you got the 1 versus the 5 seed, Rocky Mount versus Burlington. I think Rocky Mount continues their undefeated season. Solid squad there. And then you have Trinity Christian Academy versus Caldwell. I had Caldwell winning. I think it'll be a close game. Two really solid teams. Both have played some good games against other teams, but I got Caldwell winning. And then Rocky Mount versus Caldwell. I think Rocky Mount finished this season undefeated and wins a state championship for the 2A girls. That game will be Friday night at Providence Day at 5:30. So now we're on to 3A. 3A, Asheville Christian versus Carolina Day School. I got Asheville Christian story program. They've been solid for years. I think they should win that. Then Hickory Grove Christian School versus Gaston Christian. They played each other a couple times this year. Gaston Christian won both, so I'm going with Gaston Christian. And then we have Tales Academy Roseville versus Tales Academy Apex. I got Apex winning that one. Trinity School of Durham and Chapel Hill versus St. David's. I'm going with St. David's. Then you have, just want to make sure I'm right. You have Asheville Christian Academy versus Gaston Christian. I think Gaston Christian wins that. 6-6, Happy Arune should dominate. Then you have Tales Academy. No, you have Cary Christian. Oh, I didn't even say that. My bad. I skipped that one. So go back. Grace Christian School of Raleigh versus Cary Christian. I got Cary Christian. Arndale Parrott versus John Paul. I got John Paul. Forgot 3A was so large. 3 pages. Sorry. Wake Christian versus Trinity Academy. I got Trinity Academy. Cape Fear versus Coastal Christian. Got Cape Fear. And that's all the ones for that round. So now, going to the second round, I said Asheville Christian versus Gaston Christian. Gaston Christian I got winning. Cary Christian versus John Paul. John Paul's a solid squad. Coaches get the most out of their players. I think John Paul wins that one. They are the number 5 seed. Trinity Academy versus Cape Fear. Cape Fear should win that. Tales Apex versus St. David's. I'm going to go with St. David's. So now we're on to the quarterfinals where you got Grace Christian going up against Gaston Christian. I don't think Gaston Christian has enough to win that game. Too many stars on that Grace Christian team. Asheville School versus John Paul should be a good game. But I think Asheville School has a talented team. Saw them over the summer. Really good guards. And they play well together. Greensboro Day versus Cape Fear. I think Greensboro Day wins that matchup. Then Concord Academy should handle St. David's pretty easily. So semifinals would stay chalked when you got Grace Christian versus Asheville School. Asheville School's a good team. They're not Grace Christian, though. So Grace Christian should head to the championship. And then Concord Academy versus Greensboro Day. These two teams played each other in Greensboro, and Concord Academy won. I think it'll be a good game, but if it's at Concord Academy, so I think Justice Alexander and Taylor, they all handle their business and get to that championship game where they've been plenty of times. You got to realize this team, not last year. Last year they went to the Final Four. The year before they won state, and I think they won before that as well. So it'll be nice to see Justice get her one as the leader. But she's got a tough battle with Grace Christian, and I'm going with Grace Christian just off talent. That game will be Saturday at 12 at Charlotte Latin. Should be a really good game. A lot of talent on the court. Jordan Speller, Issa Roma, a plethora of other players on that Grace Christian team, but I think they just have too much talent for Concord Academy, and they should win that game. Then we go to 4A. 4A had some interesting matchups early. So we start with North Raleigh Christian versus Forsyth Country Day. I think this will be a better matchup than they played the first time. Forsyth won easily. Forsyth should win this matchup, though. They have more kids to win that game. So I think Forsyth wins. Durham Academy versus Charlotte Country Day. Charlotte Country Day should handle this easily at home. Cary Academy versus Charlotte Latin. Charlotte Latin should win that one easily as well. They play at home at Charlotte Latin. They're the number 6 seed. Covenant Day School versus Ravencroft. Now, this is my one upset in this round. I think Covenant Day could pull it off. Ravenscroft has some good talent, though, so if Ravenscroft won, I wouldn't, be surprised. But I think Covenant Day could pull off an upset here. Then you got number 1 Cannon School versus number 8 Forsyth Country Day. They played early in the year. Country Day won by 40. Not Country Day. Cannon School won by 40. I think Cannon continues that dominance and moves on to the semifinals. Then you got Country Day versus Raven Gap. This should be the best game of this round. Having to go to Raven Gap, if you know, that's in Georgia. That's rough. But I think Raven Gap should win this game. Country Day is going to give them a good battle, though. 3 Providence Day versus 6 Charlotte Latin. They've been playing some tough games lately, but if you're going to PD, it's going to be hard to win there. They're the number 3 seed, Latin 6, so it goes to Providence Day. Covenant Day versus Wesleyan. Wesleyan should handle their business easily, which sets up a semifinal matchup between Cannon and Raven Gap. Matchup of not last year's state championship, but the year before, where Raven Gap won the state championship. I don't think they have the same success this time. The Cannon School is just a lot more depth than they had previously. So it'll be interesting to see what type of game plan Raven Gap comes up with, because Coach Earnhardt does a great job of getting his team prepared. But I think Cannon wins that one. And then PD goes to Wesleyan, and I think they pull off the upset and beat Wesleyan. Wesleyan beat them the first game of the season this year, but it's going to be an interesting one. I think Wesleyan has the talent to beat them, but the way Coach Springer puts his team into position to win is phenomenal. So I'm going to go with PD. Then you got a rematch of PD and Cannon. I think Cannon takes it this time, but PD will be well prepared, similar to last year's state championship. Both teams came out early, and it was a good fight. But I think this year at Charlotte Latin, I think Cannon cuts down the nets. So Bar Hoops, we're out.